A part of one of my gifts that God gave me is getting messages straight from source. He tells me the name of a chapter to go to and a verse. And it never fails. It's whatever I'm going through at that moment. So he's always leading me in the direction that he needs me to go in. With that being said, I got a lot to go over that I can share. But right now I'm going to go over chapter 49 in Genesis. This is metaphysical interpretation of Genesis chapter 49 through 50. Jacob's prophetic blessings. So in Jacob's testament, I'm going to read this from the Bible here. Jacob called his sons and said, "Gather around that I may tell you what is to happen to you in days to come. Assemble and listen, sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father." Now, metaphysical breakdown of chapter 49, Genesis. And you can go in your Bible and read that chapter, okay? And then break it down with what I'm telling you. So Jacob represents Israel as higher consciousness. Jacob represents the enlightened soul or higher wisdom within us. His sons symbolize different aspects of human nature and consciousness. The sons are archetypes of the soul's journey. Each son's blessing represents a specific energy, quality, or lesson in the evolution of the soul. Some metaphysical interpretations of each son's blessing. Reuben, unstable as water, emotional instability, uncontrolled passion, represents the lower self that must be disciplined. Simon and Levi, instruments of cruelty, anger, aggression, and destructive emotions, need for spiritual purification before one can rise. Judah, lion's whelp, scepter shall not depart. Divine leadership and sovereignty represents Christ consciousness, the ruling power within. Zebulun, dwelling by the sea, flow with divine currents, symbolizes surrender to divine guidance. Issachar, strong donkey, burdened, hard work and endurance, represents spiritual labor, working towards enlightenment. Dan, serpent on the path, Kundalini energy, spiritual awakening or deception. The serpent energy can be either enlightening or deceptive. Gad, overcome but will overcome. Resilience in spiritual battle, represents rising above challenges on the path. Ashar, rich in food, royal deities, abundance and divine blessings, manifestation of divine prosperity. Naphatil speaks beautiful words, inspired speech and intuition, the power of divine communication. Joseph, fruitful, but despite hardship, mastery of trials, divine favor, represents the soul that ascends through hardship. That's me. Benjamin, Ravenous wolf. Spiritual warrior energy. The aggressive force that can destroy or transform. Key metaphysical lesson. Each sun represents different spiritual qualities within us. Some need refinement, some need activation, and some need balance. Jacob, representing higher wisdom, recognizes these energies and blessings them according to their role in soul evolution. Genesis 50, death and forgiveness and divine alignment. Jacob's death and burial. Jacob's death symbolizes the end of an old phase of consciousness, being buried in Canaan, returning to a divine state of being. Joseph's forgiveness of his brothers. The brothers represent old wounds, past karma, and fears. Joseph's forgiveness symbolizes transcendence of victimhood and mastery over past pain. What you meant for evil, God meant for good. Shows that every hardship leads to higher spiritual purpose. Joseph's death and embalming in Egypt. Egypt equals material consciousness, lower vibration. Joseph's body being placed in a coffin equals spiritual truth preserved even in dense realities. Joseph's awaiting the Exodus means that even when divine wisdom is surrounded by worldly consciousness, it is ultimately be resurrected in a new spiritual age. Overall metaphysical takeaway: we are all Jacob, higher consciousness, blessing the different aspects of ourselves. Every phase of life, including struggles, is part of a large divine plan. Forgiveness and transcendence are key to spiritual mastery. Even in darkness, Egypt, divine truth. Joseph's body is preserved and will rise again.